Voices and sounds are not supposed to come out of nowhere, but there it is. You rewind the audio you were editing again, and yep, there it definitely is. That is not your voice or the voice of your co-host, and the words being said, they don't make any sense at all. You were in the middle of a conversation about unicorns, of all things, and the words, "Who are you?" they don't fit at all. Even though you have a feeling of unease moving down your spine, you keep going. I'm Bree.
I'm Christiana.
Pay close attention to your voice recorder.
Because you're about to hear
something strange. Welcome to our first Strange Snapshot, EVPs, and I also threw in stories of disembodied voices.
Oh, okay.
Because
cool.
I found some interesting ones on the interwebs.
Love it.
So this is our first mini episode.
Yes.
And you guys on Instagram, on Grahamtown, voted for this to be what we talk about.
Yes.
So this is going to be a shorter episode, hopefully. And it's just kind of a snapshot. What I did was I did a dumpster dive through Reddit and Quora.
A dumpster dive?
A dumpster dive through Reddit and Quora.
Yes.
So this is just going to be some examples of either just weird or just like stories that stood out to me on the different subreddits or Quora questions.
Perfect.
This episode is, some background, is connected to two other Something Strange main episodes.
Mm-hmm.
This would be episode 4, Ghostly Voices, and episode 9, Ghosthunting 101.
With our friend Jacob.
With our friend Jacob. So, my friend, what do you remember about those episodes and just about like the phenomena of EVPs in general?
Ridiculously, I can't remember exactly electric voice phenomena?
Electronic voice phenomena.
Oh, I did remember that. Okay, excellent.
Woo!
And basically what that is when you pick up a spirit or a ghost, a being, what have you, on a recording. So if you go into, like if you're specifically on a ghost hunt, say, you could go into a room with a phone set on record, or I guess you could probably do it on a video too, or a tape recorder or
anything
something.
that picks up audio.
Right. And then you could ask a question, is there anyone here? And give it a certain amount of time. And then you could ask another question, that kind of thing. And then when you listen back, there's actually something on the tape that you can hear, a voice.
Yes, that would be auditory that you wouldn't have heard. So an EVP you wouldn't have heard in the moment. A disembodied voice you would have. And you guys might be hearing some groaning and stuff in the background. That's my dog.
Yes, this is our schnauzer. She's my dog now, too. This is the schnauzer goddess.
And we are recording, it might sound different, we're recording at Christiana's house because the pod office, which is in my house, is a frickin' sauna right now because it is hot out.
1,000 degrees in there.
So you might hear some different odd sounds that hopefully aren't ghosts.
And I apologize, I might sound a little raspy. I lost my voice this morning.
She kind of found it.
I sort of found it. It's starting to go again.
Also, when you're doing EVP, sorry.
No, go for it.
You want to have a little pause. So I was thinking, just a quick aside here, there might be a couple of these. We used to, not Christiana and I, but...
Yeah, definitely not me.
My other friends that I went to Wilson with, that were like my suite mates and stuff. I wonder if any of them listen to this.
Hi, y'all, friends.
If you do, let us know.
Please do.
If I'm telling this wrong, I'm sorry. We used to go ghost hunting a lot. And I remember my one suite mate asked, like, do you have pets? And we're like, insert name. They're not alive. Oh, did you have pets? And the other one was, do you know you're see-through? We're like, we can't ask them that.
Oh, no. Okay, I sent you a video here recently of two people on a ghost hunt, and there's, like, a person behind a camera that's filming, and the guy in the video is like, if there's anyone here, are you alive? And the person behind the camera is like, they're ghosts, you idiot. Of course they're not alive. And I was like, I would be so scared on a ghost hunt that I'd be like so panicked. I'd be like I would ask a question like that.
You get used to like it after a while.
Yeah.
That was, I don't remember if it was that time or another time where we said like, is there anything you want to say to us? In Patterson Lounge, which is one of all the creepy pictures, and we got a male voice say no.
Okay, bye.
So we played it back and we're like, okay.
God, you guys were brave going in Patterson freaking
Do you want to
lounge.
hear how, like, off the handle, how unhinged I am?
Yeah, always.
If anyone has been to Wilson College in Chambersburg, you're going to know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
There was that hallway that went from, like, Lenfest and stuff to Patterson. And
Yeah, layered.
And we were walking down that hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see this guy just kind of appear.
Ugh.
And I got this weird vibe. So you know what me being, like, the absolute unhinged person I am?
Oh, no.
I took my backpack, I shoved it at the person next to me, and I took off down the hallway down them. I don't know, like, what the fuck possessed me to do that. And I got down there, and the person's just gone. But it was like,
whoa.
I remember,
Sorry, I just threw my phone.
I remember it being this man.
Oh, no.
And they didn't have a backpack or anything.
Yeah.
And they just didn't look right.
Ugh.
And my silly little brain, I'm the person that would die first in a horror movie. Is what I'm blonde. Like, I'm really blonde now, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I am the person that would, like, die first in a horror movie is what I've just decided. But it was like a messenger bag, because that was the thing then. And
Yeah.
I took it and I shoved it at, like, the people next to me, and I just took out down the double doors. And then I get to there's no way that person could have outrun me.
Yeah.
And I got down there and they were like, did you see a ghost? And I was like, I saw something.
Well, something.
They're like, we figured you saw a ghost, so you just threw your bag at us and ran.
I need to be a fly on the wall in that moment of them, like a split second after you just took off down the hall, of them just standing there, like, holding your bag, like, what just happened?
Okay, if this gives you any indication of who I am as a person, it didn't even faze them. It didn't even faze them.
I love it.
They were like, we figured you saw a ghost or something.
That's so funny.
I don't know how you didn't see a ghost on the campus that entire time you were there, because it was, like, lousy with ghosts. They were everywhere.
I believe it.
It was like the Haunted Mansion, 99 ghosts.
I will say probably the scariest moment I had on that campus.
Security guard?
Besides the security guard. But if you want to hear that story, listen to
Ghosthunting 101.
Ghosthunting 101, where I just about clubbed a security guard. Sorry. I was walking across campus at some, like, it was like acid o'clock at night or early morning. It was a very rude time of the day, and it was, like, foggy and misty out. It was so creepy. Like, I was scared. I was, like, freaked out. On the street that was by the green, a police car was driving, and the red lights started flashing through the mist, and it was just like, oh, I hate this.
Jumping into this. So I'm going to go website by website.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to Reddit, I'm going to go by subreddit.
Okay.
So I'm going to give the name of the user if it's given, and the subreddit if it's given.
Okay.
Some things I am going to read verbatim. It just depends on, like, the length of it, and just if the way it's written would flow with how we do things.
Okay, sure.
Let's talk about each encounter after because I won't remember the encounters by the time we get to the end of them.
Yeah, I don't think I will either.
Okay, so we're going to start with Quora. Did I say that?
Yes.
All right, so the kind of prompt was, when I was the EVP specialist for the TV show Ghost Hunters for 14 years,
Whoa.
I ran across some pretty crazy EVPs. What's the craziest EVP you've ever captured? So these were the responses. So we had Nikki H. So I kind of paraphrased this a little bit. She was doing a cemetery walk with her daughter and a paranormal investigation team. That's context I got from her story.
Okay.
And it apparently was a very small cemetery. During this walk, her daughter had recorders. She implied there was more than one running. Nikki says that she got the most Class A EVP I've ever had, unquote. Note, a Class A EVP is just a super clear quality one.
Okay.
She then goes on to say they heard a male voice at first. She didn't specify what they caught in that EVP.
Okay.
And then a female voice that clearly said, "Charlie, grr!"
I'm dead.
And the grr part apparently came across in a frustrated tone, like she was annoyed he was trying to communicate with them.
She's like, shut up.
She then went back a few years later and saw a very large headstone with the name Charles on it.
Ooh.
What do you think of this story?
I wish I had more context of what the male voice said, but I kind of love that it almost reminds me of, like, a mother chastising a child, which, like, I makes me sad to think, like, Charlie could have been a little boy.
I took it as, like, a wife being like, shut up!
Yeah, or like a old couple.
Yeah.
Like that old married couple that's just like, shut up! But they, like, they just adore each other, but, like, they just, like, sass each other constantly.
Okay, here's my question. Are we going into these with, like, are we dropping the suspension of disbelief?
I feel like, yeah.
Okay, because there's some of these where I'm like, I call bullshit on.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because it's the internet. I'm not going to, like, I don't want to discredit anyone's
stories.
Yes.
But because it is the internet, you have to take everything with a little grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because you can put anything on the internet.
We gave our thoughts on that story. It's interesting.
It is. I love it. I hope it was a husband and wife and not a child.
I thought you were going to say, I hope it was real.
I hope it was real.
All right. Then we have, that'd be Andre. Is that how you say that name?
Mm-hmm.
Andre B.A. I just abbreviated the last names because the last names were on Quora, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. So Andre's aunt was playing with her baby girl using her phone and sending messages/recordings to her husband, who was coming home from work. She was saying things like, "Where's Daddy?" Which is a normal thing you say to a child, right?
Yeah.
To try and get the kiddo to make some fun noises.
Aww.
Some fun noises and things.
To try and get the kiddo to make some fun noises and things. Instead, she got, and I quote, this creepy male voice in the background, clearly saying, "Daddy." Daddy.
It's angel dust?
No, then it wouldn't be a creepy male voice. It'd be, "Oh, Daddy."
Who would it be then?
Blake Roman, come on the podcast.
That's some ASMR for you there, too.
Yes.
Okay, who would it be?
Who would it be? Zestial.
or Ozzy.
Yes, it's the Aussie.
Watch Husband Hotel and Hello Boss if you're old enough.
And Blake Roman, come on the podcast, please.
Woo.
I can't sing, especially
right now
when I don't have a voice.
So, according to Andre, the aunt was home completely alone, and the only noise was from the TV. But the EVP occurred at the ending song of the local broadcast, or the local news broadcast. So it was the ending music for that. Okay. And she didn't hear it when the recording was originally made. Andre ended the encounter with the following statement: "I, being the supernatural..."
I probably meant aficionado.
Aficionado, I think so too. That I am, have the audio on my collection of personal supernatural events. There were other EVP events in the same house, but to this day we couldn't prove that the song is not coming from the movie that was passing on the TV. So I think what that meant was that, like, he has other EVPs, but they're not mentioned here. Right. And, like, they can't, like, he's being skeptical, saying, like, I can't prove that
this
wasn't somehow picked up on the TV.
Sure. Or that it was Osmodeus going, "Daddy."
Oh my gosh.
I don't like that.
You did a great Angel Dust impression. I'm just going to say
Thanks.
that much.
I love Angel Dust. He's my boy. Blake Roman, come on the podcast. I'll never give up.
So what? Keep trying. What did you think of that one?
I'm just gonna say, if I did an EVP, let's suspend disbelief for a minute and pretend that I would in fact try to catch an EVP in my house.
You don't have to do it on purpose. We could get one right now for all we know.
Please stay out
of
my room.
Would you want me to tell you?
I don't know. Especially because we're in my room, I'd be like, we're changing this bitch.
What if it was like angel dust?
Now, if it were angel dust, sure, I'd be okay with that. But if something, if an EVP came up and was like, "Daddy," I'd be like, whatever you are, you need to leave my house. I'm sorry, you can't live here anymore.
No, I hear you though, because like, I refuse to do EVPs in my house.
Yeah.
If I move out of there, I will do them I always said in my parents' house, and this didn't happen because I had moved out. I was an adult by the time they moved. Sure. I wanted to do EVPs in their house after I was no longer. I have stories. You've probably heard some of my stories on here. Yeah. I have other stories that I don't want to share. Although I was an anonymous listener submission on another podcast. I'm not going to tell you what it was. Sure. There were, like, I really wanted to do, I had half a brain to do EVPs in my parents' house before you moved out. But, well, I wanted to do it, like the last night any of us were there, but
Sure.
that just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Just in case I caused something really weird while they were still there.
Then you would have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if I would do it or not. Because I definitely wouldn't do it while I'm living here. Because I like my happy little home. And if something's in here with me, I'd rather not know about it.
Fair enough. No, I'm
so
the same
far
way.
we've coexisted. Knock on my head.
Ow, I just smacked the headphones. All right, so this last one,
To be clear, that knocking was me on my dresser.
any other thoughts on that one?
I don't think so.
I do wonder if it could be the TV.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
And EVPs are kind of weird that, like, they can be hard to figure out what someone's saying unless they are, like, super duper clear.
Yeah.
I've only had a couple in my ghost hunting times that were like, oh yeah, this is definitely this.
Something said, yeah. Which makes sense.
This last one is only like 3-4 words, and it is. I just saw your face. This is the one that like was the eeriest to me.
Yeah.
And it was Aaron J.A. and they said a woman singing Silent Night, Holy Night, and I get chills thinking about that.
I don't like that.
That's gonna be me as a ghost.
I'll be fine with it when I'm a poltergeist. When Bree and I are a team in the afterlife.
I'm gonna sing and you're just gonna like throw up like glitter at the end.
Like Mimsy. Casbin Hotel. Yes, it's me.
that point where it really becomes a ragtime in that song.
Yes.
Drop a piano on someone.
Yep. That will be me. I will throw things at people just for shits.
Just pianos.
Just pianos.
Oh, not pianos. You don't want to break them.
Oh, true, yeah. That's an expensive instrument.
Yes. Well, actually, people kind of give them away because, like, they're hard to maintain.
Yeah. It's sad, actually.
It is.
Anyway, pianos.
Right.
Reddit.
We're going to start with the subreddit, R Paranormal.
Okay.
And the user was Tenzin Alexander.
Okay.
I'm just going to call him Tens. I'm going to call them, I don't know what their gender is. I'm going to call them Tens from now on instead of saying Tenzin Alexander. Okay. They start the story that they had many things happen to them, including a full-body shadow apparition, which they believed ended up being the Hat Man.
Ooh.
We know all about him. See a future episode, or see a future, see a previous episode
with Teddy.
Yeah, and this isn't just about like disembodied voices and stuff. There was just some weird crap that was also in this one that I kept it in.
Sure.
They have also seen objects move by themselves and their locked door open and close on its own. Mm-hmm. They have captured, and I quote, over a dozen Class A EVPs, unquote, including a person giving their full name. This individual was still living at the time of the EVP, but had passed away just 2 days later. Tens has also recorded spirit box sessions and had results. As you know, spirit box noises and me don't get along. Yeah. And have had things thrown at them and had been, and I quote, laughed at sarcastically by disembodied voices. That sounds awful.
I hate this. This is me as a poltergeist.
But reports that none of this scared them. So then they go on to the thing about paranormal stuff that scared them the most, right? So once again, this is not really topical, but I kept it in because it was just really freaking strange.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of quote this last part.
Okay.
I woke up out of a trance in front of my stove with the burner on and a knife with a plastic handle in the frying pan, and the handle was melting.
Ooh.
I had no idea what happened. My girlfriend told me I called her and wasn't making any sense. I had pieces of food in the freezer with knife slashes all over them. And the craziest thing of all, had a room air cleaner balancing perfectly upside down in the bedroom, which is impossible to do. I tried it over a dozen times trying to stand it up upside down, but it doesn't have the top surface wherever it's possible. I had no control of myself for over half an hour. I got possessed. I started thinking about how some murderers say they black out when savagely stabbing someone, or how someone who everyone thought was completely normal just loses it and commits mass murder for no reason. Now I wonder if they were speaking the truth. And true evil does exist. What if my mother or someone else I love was there in the house with me that day? What would I have done? I think the spirits were trying to tell me that I should be scared. I get goosebumps with that one.
Yeah. I have a couple thoughts.
Go for it.
So, I feel like that was escalation, especially if this all occurred in the same place.
Yeah, I wonder if he was, like, poking the bear, metaphorically.
Yeah, because they were saying, like, oh, I had objects thrown at me, my locked door open and closed, I had something laughing at me, and it didn't scare me at all. So they were like, whatever this was like, oh, you're not scared? Let's fix that. Like, I feel like it was a massive escalation. I always get a little knee-jerk of a response when I hear people say, like, oh, you know, I think about how mass murderers and whatnot say, oh, I just snapped and killed a bunch of people. Because I listen to so much true crime, my response to that, and especially with a lot of these cases, there is one specific case that I actually just listened to where it did sound like a woman that was in this case just blacked out. Like, did not have awareness of... I don't even know that she didn't have awareness of what she was doing, but just went, like, crazy, and then, like, realized after the fact, uh-oh. But I think a lot of times, like, serial killers and stuff, they're like, oh, I just blacked out. Oh, I don't remember what I did. I'm like, that's real convenient. So, and there is only, like I said, only ever one case, again, the case that I just listened to, that I'm convinced that person literally blanked out for a minute and did this horrible thing and then came back to themselves. So I have to kind of, like, when I see that written out, I'm like, it also sounds like it was a massive escalation of, like, we're determined to scare this person for whatever reason, and we're going to do whatever we need to do to get it done.
Like, do you know what the stages of possession are? It's a pop quiz.
You've told me before.
Have I?
Yeah. What they are, I can't remember.
Infestation.
Infestation.
So that's, like, more of your haunting activities. So it's,
Yes.
like, that would be, like, the doors opening and closing.
Uh-huh.
That would be, like, maybe hearing voices at that point. That would be, like, things moving on their own. So that would be more of, like, a classic haunting, but it can be more malicious.
Okay.
Think of the very beginning. You don't watch horror movies, never mind. Think of the very beginning of horror movies. And then you have oppression.
Okay.
Which is when people start to, like, mental health symptoms start to come in. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, people will start to feel, like, just, like...
heavy.
And, like, they might start acting, like they're just, like, very, like, mentally distressed.
Yeah.
And then you have possession.
Okay.
So that's when, like, the entity takes over. That from... Okay, so once again, we're dropping the...
Suspension of disbelief?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we're kind of just going into this, okay, we're taking this at face value. As you guys can probably hear, even though I just gave all these ghost experiences I had earlier, I am actually fairly skeptical.
Sure.
That might be a huge surprise from the story I started this off with. I'm actually fairly skeptical. But it's like, if you're looking at the story and taking it as truth, then you can kind of see it happening. Now, we kind of skipped oppression, but he didn't really talk about his own... I keep saying he. I don't know why I assume this is a guy. They talked about things that, if we're assuming, which is dangerous, that this is all in the same house, we're talking about things that, like, were very haunting-y, that could be infestation.
Sure.
And then we're moving in... They didn't give much insight into their mental state.
Right.
For oppression. It's almost like the demons gaslighting you in oppression.
Yeah.
And then moving into, like, the possession be the last part. Now, what you described, or what they described as, like, all of a sudden, like, they're just, like, in this different mind state during murder, that could also be a fugue, or not a fugue, that could be a flow state.
Yeah.
So, like, you dance.
Yes.
You've been in a flow state. I go into a flow state when I sing sometimes, where it's like, and then I come back, and then I'm like, I have no freaking clue where I am in the song.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're just doing.
Right? Like, I do wonder if there is a mental health aspect to this.
Possibly.
And, like,
yeah.
I am not saying people who dissociate are violent, because that's
No.
that's
No,
not
no.
that's not what I'm saying. People who have, like, DID aren't violent.
No.
But I do wonder if there is some kind of, like...
Well, the other thought I actually had, too, it's mental health, but not quite in the same way, was, like, narcolepsy or severe sleepwalking.
Do you sleepwalk with narcolepsy?
I don't know I don't want to say, because I don't know for certain.
Okay.
I think you can, but I don't know that for certain.
Are you okay if we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right, so this one is user... so I think he responded to this one. Right? He responded to whatever the thread was. And it was user...
Boltonian Big Will 86.
Oh no, you know what? So he put the initial post in. Heard a disembodied oh my gosh, metallic voice.
Ooh.
So I was cycling into work this morning, nothing unusual, about the same old idiots on the road and whatnot. I imagine this person's British because they wrote WOT.
Yes.
Until I turned a corner near some old people bungalows.
Oh.
As I turned, I heard a metallic disembodied voice. Couldn't make out what it said. I just stopped quickly, had a quick look around, and saw no one, wondering if anyone else has ever heard a metallic disembodied voice. No one answered.
Weird.
But that is interesting. He's riding a bike, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, the whirling sound might have been pareidolia.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had
An
a thought
echo.
too. Yeah.
Sorry, friend.
It could have been even like a car radio up a couple streets that just wasn't getting good service.
If it's echoing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
sorry, guys, my voice is starting to go out again.
We're almost there, I think. User Playcat. Playcat. A disembodied voice helped me pass a field sobriety test.
Oh.
Any similar? I pulled like the most fun ones I could.
I love that.
We're gonna do a little bit lighter after the demon possession thing. Any similar experiences? So the user goes on to say, this happened about 10 years ago in my early 20s. One night I was having dinner with my grandparents. My grandparents kept going on and on about the dangers of drunk driving. We are not big drinkers in my family, so it was fairly random. My grandparents had no idea that I had plans later that night to sing karaoke with 3 friends in a part of town that is notorious for cops basically handing out DUIs.
Oh dear.
I was driving that night, though I'd had 2 drinks about 4 hours before this incident. Not smart, I know. For reference, I'm a female, 5'5", 105 pounds.
Okay.
When we were leaving the bar, my friend was playing a video of us singing, and perhaps I was a bit distracted. I was almost immediately pulled over.
Oh dear.
Cop said I was straddling a lane line. I was honest with the cop about my personal alcohol intake. I hadn't had anything more to drink at the bar, just the 2 I had about 2 hours before I went to the bar. My friends had been drinking heavily, so the car reeked of alcohol. The cop mentioned the smell, and I said I'd need to take a field sobriety test. I complied. I performed the entire test without incident, even though I was terrified of getting a DUI and barely holding myself back from shaking like a shitting chihuahua. Then the cop tells me he's going to breathalyze me twice. The first time I blew in, it beeped and he wrote the number down.
Oh no.
The moment before.
Oh wait, is that supposed to happen? Sorry.
I don't know. I've never been pulled. Like, I don't drink.
Yeah, I don't know how this works. Anyway,
The moment before I blew into it for a second time, a genderless disembodied voice, like in my head, said clearly, "Put your tongue on the roof of your mouth."
Oh.
I did that and blew. The cop wrote the number down. Then he says I could show my supervisor the top number and we'd take you in and you'd spend the night in jail. Or I could show him the bottom number and leave your car here overnight and take a taxi home and we'll give you a warning. The legal limit is 0.08. The top number was 0.081. The bottom number was 0.078. I was dumbfounded. Went to hand the cop my key so he could move my car. He laughed, waved me off, and told me to move it myself. And by the time I did, he was gone.
What?
I never drink and drive anymore and refuse to get into cars with drunk drivers. I'm still grateful to who or whatever helped me out that night. And then someone replied, user Team Lennon.
Team Lennon.
Yes, this happened to me while surfing. I got sucked under the wave. Like the cop showed up. Sorry. I got sucked under the waves and my leash had my right hand and both my legs tangled under the waves. I only had... Oh, he means his left hand. I only had my left arm free and was sinking down fast. I thought I was done when a voice basically said, "Kick one more time," or something like that. I gave it all I had, and the leash came loose. I got to the surface, and...
A big-ass gasp of air.
There we go, thank you. Freaky as hell. Okay, what did you think of that story?
Okay.
The cop wasn't real.
The cop wasn't real. Yeah, really.
It's a ghost cop.
Okay, this is not anything to do with EVPs or ghosts, but again...
Disembodied voices.
Or disembodied voices. But again, I don't like that he was just, like, all threatening. I could show my boss this top number, or I could show him the bottom number. And then when this poor young woman literally was like, "I'll give you my keys."
That's so weird that he was like...
He, like, laughed at her and was like, "Go move it yourself." I'm like...
Okay.
I don't like that.
Okay, so in theory, it had been 4 hours since she had 2 drinks.
Yeah.
Would your blood alcohol still show up that high?
I don't know. And I think that also probably has a lot to do with body composition and, how certain people handle. But I mean, to me, when you first read that through, and I was like, she had 2 drinks 4 hours ago, and he's still going to yell at her about not being sober? That kind of struck me weird.
That's weird, right?
Yeah. But in regards to the disembodied voice, I don't know about that one. The surfing one.
Yes,
my thought was that was pure survival instinct, because your body, when you're in a life or death situation, is going to do whatever it can to try and save itself. So I feel like that was probably more of an adrenaline thing. An internal
dialogue.
An internal, like kick.
We're back to parts work again. It was the survival part saying, get us the frick out of here.
I need air.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't know about because that's a very specific put your tongue on the roof of your mouth.
So I didn't put this comment in, another user commented and said, I wonder if it's the police officer or the person's friend had been like,
okay.
Or it could just be her own subconscious.
Yeah, true.
Like, if she's already super stressed, and I'm not trying to discredit this person's experience.
No, but we have to look at things from all angles.
5 minutes ago we were like, we're dropping the suspension of disbelief.
And now we're like,
now we're debunking it all.
Kidding. Also, Schnauzer Goddess is scratching my floor. It's not a demon.
She's a goddess. I guess my thought here is sometimes our internal dialogue rate can be very loud.
Yeah.
And especially if she was super stressed.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense. I feel like I've kind of had that before too. Sorry.
I've been really stressed, and I've had very strong feelings about things. And I do think it's my own subconscious trying to
tell you something,
or just trying to be like, hey, you need to calm down.
Yeah. I've had it before, and this is a little different because it's when I've gone to fall asleep, I feel like I'll hear someone say something to me. But I think that's also I forget what the scientific term is for it, but there's a thing where, and a lot of people experience this right as you're starting to fall asleep, you feel like you're falling suddenly, you jerk awake.
I do that when I wake up, when I'm coming out of sleep.
Okay, yeah. It's your, I forget what there
is a name for that.
But I wonder, I feel like for me, that's probably the same thing of it's my brain's reaction is trying to shut down, but it's auditory versus that physical feeling. Yeah. But again, that could be the same thing, because it really does. There have been moments where I'm someone just said my name, but I'm I don't think someone or shouted or something, and I'm nah, I'm pretty sure you were just hearing
We're not in Appalachia, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, my brain doesn't like naps, but one of the reasons I don't nap is whenever I wake up from one, I feel like I'm falling back into my body.
Oh.
That's how I wake up from naps. I feel like I'm snapping back in.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Most of my naps are if I'm taking a nap, it's because I'm really not feeling good, or I've taken one of my rescue meds that make me sleepy.
Oh, sure.
To try and
So there could be a medical component to that too with
Benadryl.
The meds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Now we're gonna go into subreddit Our Ghosts.
Okay.
So this is user deleted.
Oh. They said, just kidding.
What's the most scariest? I love that. What's the most scariest disembodied voice EVP you've ever heard? Try this again.
Daddy. That came out really good with my raspy voice.
All right. I love this. User no_I'm_random_coffee.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just quoting this one. Police and rescue. I have heard of these 2 stories, by the way, that we're talking about.
Okay.
Police and rescue were heading down to an overturned car in a creek.
Ooh.
Body cam picked up someone from the upside down car saying, help. Police officer said, we're coming. They find a toddler unconscious but alive, but the mother had been dead for hours. In the YouTube video, you can clearly hear the voice. Your heat just kicked on at that right moment. Your AC, yeah. In the YouTube video, you can clearly hear the voice, and it's very creepy. I get chills. I think one of the Jim Harold, he has the paranormal podcast and the campfire.
Yeah.
They talked about this on there, but I don't remember what it was in context to.
I don't remember. This story sounds familiar. I don't remember why, but that, honestly, if I'm gonna believe any of these, I believe that.
Yeah.
Because, like, a mother trying to save her child, I have no doubt.
There's another one.
Would cross. I'm sorry. I'll continue. Like,
Hold on. User historical refuse 7619. This user tells of another similar occurrence on Highway 80. Don't know where that is. On a very cold and or snowy day or night. A car went off the road and down to a spot where it was not visible from the road. Multiple drivers reported seeing a woman on the side of the road. The user thinks that she might have been nude, which is a really weird thing to add in. This was called into the police, and the car was discovered. The mother was dead on impact, and her 3-year-old child was huddled next to her. If the child had not been found, he would have not survived.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Those ones they give me chills.
Yeah.
And it's not just from your AC turning on.
No. I mean, truly, a parent, I can see that. They are going to cross whatever boundaries they can to save their child.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one, another user deleted. And this is a lighter one.
Okay.
Not sure if this counts, but it was weird. When I was younger, I worked at a donut shop and had this old car. To listen to my music, I had to use a cassette adapter.
Yes.
And you know how old it is then.
Yes.
So one day after work, I got into my car, and my phone was already there, plugged into the adapter. My boss didn't like phones, so I just left it in the car. I turned my car on, turned on a playlist, and this deep voice comes over the speakers, and it's just ominously chanting in some language.
Oh, no.
I listened to rock/metal, so I'm thinking it's just a long... Did my husband write this?
That's amazing. Maybe he did.
Maybe so user deleted, maybe Ghost wrote this. I listened to rock/metal, so I'm thinking it's just a long intro trying to sound badass.
Honestly.
But then it just stops and no song comes on.
Oh.
So I look at my phone and it's in the middle of playing some other song that I know, so there's confusion there. But it's not playing on the speakers.
Ugh.
I turn the knob on my dash. To my horror, the radio turns on. It had been off the whole time. No way for anything to come through the speakers. What the fuck did I hear? They just accidentally, like, the demons were trying. They were just trying to get a donut.
They were. I mean, that's me. Yeah, it was me as a poltergeist. Sorry.
That could be, okay. That could be like a hell of a boss episode.
That would, yes, yes.
It's just Blitz.
It's just Blitz in trying to get a donut.
It's like, Stolas, come on, I need you to.
I love that they were like, I thought it was just my music.
Okay, but like, you listen to some harder stuff, but you listen to the stuff like my husband listens to, right?
No, I don't quite go that hard.
Have you ever heard the stuff he listens to?
Oh, yes, I've heard it.
And it is like, I don't listen to that much, but by proxy, I hear it.
Yes.
And like, that's totally believable that if it's just some like random like hard metal song.
Sure.
You know.
Absolutely. Like they love playing with weird vocals. And,
they do, yeah.
And I mean that respectfully.
Yeah,
Like, I love a good vocal fry.
It's pretty cool, but like just some ominous chanting.
Yes.
That would be that wouldn't be abnormal for like certain kinds of metal.
No, not at all. It was my friend. I've decided I've decided the demon that I said I don't want living in my house. I actually like him now, and it was just him going daddy.
This is my favorite episode so far. You know what, internet, Instagram, happy you chose this one, but you made a good choice. I was hoping for Dawn's Macabre, but like, you know what, this is better.
This is great.
This is a palate cleanser after the last one we just did.
You're right.
Okay, all right.
I don't love it that his car was talking to him. In all seriousness, that's terrifying.
They were just trying to summon donuts.
They were. Give him a donut.
All right, so next we're going to go to our high strangeness. The user is Magnetic Universe.
Yeah.
Strange Disembodied singing last night.
Nope, hate that.
Okay, and I quote, I was lying in bed, half listening to a podcast, half meditating last night. Side note, was it a meditation podcast? Because I can't, okay, also, I listen to, like, a lot of creepy stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, can you imagine listening to, like, Morbid or, like, BTB? And, hey, like, all of a sudden, I'm meditating. Shit, there's an alien!
True. Truly. Shit, that lady just hit her husband with her car 3 times. Oh, God.
It's like, wait, all of a sudden, we're talking about flesh pedestrians? What?
We've gone off the rails.
And
Good luck, listeners, listening to this. This is great.
all of a sudden, I hear a very clear, disembodied voice begin singing in my bedroom. It's me from the afterlife.
There you go.
I opened my eyes and it went on for several seconds before stopping. It sounded very pretty.
Aw.
And no actual words were sung. It was as if someone was singing a hum as opposed to actual words.
So like, ooh.
Yeah, they're like singing vowels and stuff.
Yeah.
It happened again a few minutes later, but sounded like it was moving away and didn't go on as long. It was very nice, but I freaked out afterwards. I re-listened to the podcast again today to make sure it wasn't on that, and it didn't happen again. I'm interested to hear if anyone else has experienced this or heard this before. Then user open lines.
Z.
Traditionally, that's called fairy music.
Oh.
It has a lovely melody, but it is usually hard to pick out lyrics or specific instruments. Many famous classical and folk tunes are inspired by composers hearing fairy music, often outside in nature. A relaxed, contemplative state is common to hearing the music.
Huh.
Okay. Any thoughts on that before I go into my next note?
She was trying to get lured away by the fae. That wasn't that was a fairy.
Do you think if I sang back to the fairies, do you think they'd be like, ooh, come with us? Or they'd be like, oh my God, shut up?
I'd be more concerned they'd take it as a challenge. They'd be like, what did you just say?
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I wonder if...
I think they might get aggressive about it.
Sometimes, like, I'll, like, chirp back to... I wonder if they think the same thing.
You're, like, cursing them out. They're like, excuse me?
Get attacked by a robin or something.
They're like, good morning. Fuck you. Oh, all right. Meanwhile, we're like, thinking we're like, hi.
I wonder, though.
Or how we bark at dogs.
Yeah.
Not aggressively.
I look at Dalian and I go, eh, boof.
What thoughts, what comments do you have about this episode? I thought it was kind of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
You learned how to scare the demon out of your house.
I sure did, by the power of Daddy.
Okay. Any other thoughts? This was a fun one.
This was a fun one, and I think, like I said, I think certain things, there are certain ones that I'm more inclined to believe than others. I don't think it ever hurts to have, like, that grain of salt thrown in with these type of stories.
We went from 0 to 60 of like, we're going to take everything as word value, and then we're like, this is all fake.
Nothing's real. Yeah.
All right. Questions or any other thoughts?
I don't think so. You want me to do our finishing questions
Yeah.
here?
I wonder what I wrote for this. It was only a couple days ago.
Nah. What drew you to this topic?
All right, so we touched on some of the first EVPs in the Ghostly Voices episode, and I thought they were just weird and interesting. Like, remember, it was like the hot dog art,
Oh, yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I imagine Mickey Mouse saying that for some reason.
Oh, he does. That's like his, like, hot dog.
Yeah. Also, I like paranormal investigation and ghost stories, so I thought this would be a fun topic choice. It did not go where I expected it to.
It didn't, but it was fun. Did this snapshot take you any places unexpected, as we just talked about?
So I have, the whole daddy side. I thought we'd have fun with that, but like I didn't think it was gonna go where it went.
I wanna draw Daddy.
Draw daddy.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, continue.
I wasn't originally planning to add the disembodied voices in, but some of those stories were just really interesting.
Yeah.
And the fairy music I liked.
That, honestly, yes. Like, I'm not convinced she was not trying to be taken by the Fae realm.
She won.
She won, which is crazy. Good on you. Good job.
Hi, Roxy.
What did you find the most strange about this topic?
The story that stuck with me the most, besides the daddy one, is the donut shop demons.
Yes.
That's a good band name.
Donut shop demons. Yes.
That's
all right.
Like this whole episode was unofficially and unsponsored, brought to you by like the Helliverse.
It really was. Vivsy Pop, Vivian Madrano, come on the podcast.
When I think of it, all I can think of is a Hell of a Boss short of like.
Yes.
I just really want donuts.
It's true. We love it.
So thank you guys again so much for tuning in to our first ever Strange Snapshot. Let us know what you thought about this mini episode and the snapshots in general. If you like that we do the polls on Instagram, I mean, you guys led us in a great direction this time.
Yes, this was amazing.
So just kind of let us know your thoughts overall. We'll tell you how to contact us in a couple of seconds, but we're
yes.
and reminder that in the month of July. So this month started our new schedule. Christiana's going to review what that is.
Yes, our new drop schedule. The first Friday of each month is going to be my, Christiana's, main episode. The second Friday is our live on Instagram. We would love if you guys would come hang out with us, come talk to us on those. We'll be reading our this and that polls, the answers that you guys gave us, as well as guessing each other's answers. Potentially just doing some other fun stories on there. You know, we're footloose, fancy free here, as you can clearly tell from this episode. The third Friday of each month is going to be Bree's episode, her main episode. The fourth Friday is going to be our mini episode,
The Snapshot.
the Snapshots. And if there is a spare Friday in the month, a fifth Friday, there will be some form of fun bonus content, whatever that may be. Could be an episode from our old podcast. Could be something else. Who knows?
It's a surprise even to us sometimes.
Yes, truly.
All right, so we would love to hear from you, like we said earlier. If you have a suggestion for a strange or mysterious topic, a comment about an episode, or just want to chat, please do reach out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and YouTube. Comment directly on episodes on Spotify, so you can, on individual episodes, you can leave a comment. Leave a review on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts for the show as a whole. Find us on Instagram at something_strangepod, subscribe to our YouTube channel at something_strangepod, and comment on episodes there. You can also send us a Gmail at somethingstrangepod24@gmail. The 24 is numeric. All right, well, strangers, it's time for us to part ways.
Until we meet again, keep an eye out for Daddy.
We'll be back again soon with another Something Strange.